We receive so many signs on a day-to-day basis, and some of those signs might be telling you that it's time for you to stop coloring your hair. If you've received any of those signs, have they been as loud as these?
I left color in so long that I have discoloration/chemical burns on my hairline. Now you know that's a shame.
I just said, I am not another color in my hair. I'm going to embrace that. Was ridiculous. For me, I'm like, because my goal was, okay, I'm going to let all the rest in the middle and everything, the crown, go gray. And I'm just going to color the front until I'm ready.
Right.
Left that on too long. Discoloration. I'm like, oh, hell no. We're not doing this.
What's up, guys? It's Sharon, and I want to welcome you to our virtual salon studio, where I share with you 3 decades of professional salon experience and help you embrace your gray hair with style, one strand at a time. In this video, I want to share with you my top tips and the signs that you might be receiving and possibly ignoring, telling you that it's time for you to stop coloring your hair. The first sign that I want to share with you is that your hair is not healthy. You might be experiencing breakage, you might be experiencing shedding, you might be experiencing the fact that your hair is lacking moisture and it just looks lackluster, meaning that it's not shiny and it doesn't have the appearance of healthy hair. Anytime your hair doesn't have sheen, anytime your hair looks and feels dry, you can see through your ends. Healthy hair does not just begin with the outside of your hair. Your hair gets its nourishment through the bloodstream. Your body might be deficient in maybe vitamin D, or your iron might be low. So there's so many signs that will turn to you and let you know that your hair is not healthy. Another sign that your hair is not healthy is that you just don't like the way it looks. You're not happy with the look of it. You're not happy with the shape of it. You're not happy that it's not growing. You're not happy that the color is fading fast. And you're just not happy with the overall look of your hair. That's the biggest sign to let you know that your hair is possibly not healthy. You know, in addition to all the breakage or the shedding that you might be experiencing, not being happy with your hair is a big sign that your hair is not healthy. Okay, so the second sign that you might be receiving to stop coloring your hair is that you are spending so much time and money in the salon. So although I help people transition from coloring their hair to embracing their gray, I too still have a lot of clients who love to continue to color their hair. But when you factor in the time and money that you spend in the salon, it starts to not make sense when you're spending up to $500 to $600, maybe a quarter, getting your hair colored in the salon. As far as color is concerned in salons, it's not going to be very, very inexpensive, especially when a hairstylist such as myself use professional color lines. We're not going next door to the local beauty supply store to actually purchase your color. We're purchasing high-end products to help you color your gray successfully and still look good. When you're actually looking at your bottom line and you decide that your bottom line is no longer making sense, for one, the time that you have on your schedule to sit in the salon getting hair color and the amount of money that you're investing in coloring your gray hair. And a lot of people learned a lot about their time and their money over the year 2020 when you were not able to actually get your hair colored in the salon and you saw the results of your hair and what it looked like. Then you knew that you were able to come out of coloring your hair and actually embrace your gray hair. The last thing that I want to say about time and money in the salon, if you decided to, stop getting your hair colored in the salon thinking that you're going to save money, I can honestly say and know for sure that you're not going to get the same result, especially if you're used to having your hair colored professionally. So don't cheat yourself. Skip the box color. Skip a cheaper hairstylist. So save your time, save your money, save your energy, and release the color and stop coloring your hair. So the third sign that you want to listen to when it's time to stop coloring your hair is if you're having any type of irritation, if your scalp is itchy, and if you're having any type of allergic reactions to the color that your hairstylist is using, it's time for you to stop coloring your hair. Those issues can lead to so much more damage to your scalp and your hair. If you notice in the piece that was in the very first part of this video, her goal was to continue to color the front of her hairline and let the rest grow in. But she left her color on too long. Her front hairline got really irritated by coloring her hair. Now she's doing this at home. So again, you have to be careful when you're doing your color at home. And you also have to be very careful if you're in a salon and you're having your hair professionally colored by a hairstylist and you're starting to get scalp irritation with the color being left on too long, or if you're starting getting allergic reactions to the color that the hairstylist is using, that's a huge sign to stop coloring your hair. Next step after that is to actually have to seek a dermatologist. If you have to seek a dermatologist, the number one thing that they're going to tell you is to stop coloring your hair, especially if your scalp is raw and it's irritated and you're having allergic reactions, because allergic reactions can actually, from some colors, depending on the ingredients, can be life-changing. Some people color their hair for years upon years, and then one day they just have an allergic reaction. So please watch the signs of any type of irritation, itchiness, scalp discoloration, and allergic reaction. This can have more serious side effects when you continue to color your hair when you have these issues and these signs that are telling you to stop coloring your hair. The fourth sign that I want to share with you is that as you continue to color your hair, you're getting to the point where the color that you're coloring your hair, either in a salon or either at home, has a tendency to start making you look older. That is one of my signs that I was receiving when it was time for me to stop coloring my hair. Some of my clients who actually are continuing to color their hair, we don't do black or really dark shades. We do really natural browns, some auburns and maybe some golden browns. So they're really nice colors that don't make them look older, and it looks a lot more natural in the skin tone. But when you get into your darker shades like black, that your natural hair is not even that color. A lot of times when we continue to color these bright brassy shades, we're taking away from the natural look that we should have at that particular age. Actually, your color is making you look older, it's making you look less natural, it's washing out your skin tone, and it's hard for you to actually look good with that hair color. That is a big sign of why you should stop coloring your hair. So leave us a comment in the comment section below and let us know the signs that you've been receiving to let you know that it's actually just time for you to stop coloring your hair. So the fifth sign that it's time for you to stop coloring your hair is that you are fighting more than hair color. I'm gonna let you sit with that for a second. And this kind of takes us on a deeper level of what women go through when it's time to make that transition to midlife. And if you want to, I don't know if you want to use the term midlife crisis or whatever that might be. I think we're holding on to so much when we get to this time in our lives. I know I did. When I turned 50, it was in November of 2018, and I was still coloring my hair. July, August, I shifted and I started to do a little something different to my hair. I started lightening it and working on getting it to that platinum blonde stage. A bleach job on my hair, I can just cut it and start all over again, no big deal. But if you got medium hair, longer hair, that's not an option for you. So I was like, why am I continuing to color this hair? Why am I continuing to try to lighten this hair up so that it can get closer to the white hair, as opposed to just, Sharon, just cut the hair off so that it can be white. So, I went through a lot. My husband had been telling me, and I probably say this on every video, so excuse me if you are tired of hearing this, but it's somebody that is usually in your life that either has a pro or a con toward you coloring your grays. And my husband was more of a pro, which was very good, but I just wasn't ready to listen to him yet. I had to take it at my own pace. And so, I was fighting the gray. I was fighting how I would look with white hair or silver hair. I was fighting, if I would look old. I was just fighting against myself. I was fighting why me when my mom and dad clearly have heads full of gray hair, right? Hair full of white. Why not me is the question I should have been asking. So I didn't know how my face was gonna look. I didn't realize how I would wear my makeup. And the thing about it is, when I was coloring my hair, it was the hardest thing for me to do when it came to makeup, because I was some auburn shades, I was some chocolate shades, I was maybe some warm rich red browns, and I always mostly wore neutral shades, neutral tones to my makeup. But when I just decided to just take the plunge, regardless of what I was gonna look like, it was the best thing that happened to me in years. And so I took the plunge in September of 2019. And here I am, just so happy and proud for what it turned into. It took me into shifting my YouTube channel from talking to hairstylists about business to actually a complete one video that I decided to film, that I wanted to inspire other women, and I wanted to hear other women's story, because I was very new on the journey. I didn't know what it was going to do. I have to be completely honest. I don't even know what to say. I just know that it was time, and deep in my heart I was like, okay, this is it. And that's when I just completely said, okay, I'm gonna stop coloring my hair. So I stopped fighting more than the hair color. And that's what you need to do. Stop fighting more than the hair color. What is inside that you're fighting with yourself? Why don't you want to see your natural hair color come through? And I already know a lot of people say they don't care what other people think, but yes, you do. That's the first thing you think about. You do care what other people think. And that's why you won't stop coloring your hair. Because I was there, and so many women I talked to, so many transition stories that I filmed, they talk about, being concerned about what other people think. So just sit with yourself, get somewhere quiet, and just sit with yourself and realize that this is not what you no longer want to do forever. And then some people want to do it forever. And it's nothing wrong with that, because I have clients who are clearly in their 50s. They are not trying to stop coloring their gray, and I don't convince them to try. But until then, make sure that you know deep inside why you don't want to color your gray. And if you're not ready, then you're just not ready. Do know that you're not just fighting the hair color itself. So the last tip that I want to share with you is another issue that I had because I wear my hair so short. And that is that you're starting to find out that you're coloring your hair so much more often. Like, I have clients that come every 2 weeks, once a month. And if they're every 2 weeks, they're getting their hair color around their hairline until their next touch-up. And some come up with solutions to where they can actually use one of those pencils, sprays, mascara wand. You are there, and that might be a sign to let you know that it's time for you to stop coloring your hair. So I found out at the end of my coloring my hair process, I was coloring my hair like every 2 weeks. And I was like, every time I would shampoo my hair, I felt like the gray was coming back faster and faster. And that was a huge sign for me to stop coloring my hair. You feel like you're coloring your hair more often and your color is just not lasting, then again, you're spending more time and more money in the salon. Because instead of you going every 6 weeks, you might now be going every once a month or every 3 weeks. Because the color is fading faster, and the retouch is not lasting as long, and now you're going back to another sign, which is you're spending more time and money in the salon. The whiter your hair gets, the more challenging and difficult it is to color that gray hair, especially if you at home don't know what colors to use. And what I can say for sure is everybody has different patterns of gray. So I had to use a little deeper and richer here to color the silver, and use another formula with the same tonality that was a little bit not as dark. So it was so challenging, and it was not lasting, especially on the front, where the front is a lot more silver. So if you just have silver hair going into your new growth, then it's going to be harder for the color to last on that silver hair, as opposed to if it was on like more of a gray, more of a salt and pepper hair. If that's the case in your life with your hair, that is a huge sign for you to stop coloring your hair. hope that the signs that we shared with you today were helpful in letting you know that it's time for you to stop coloring your hair, either now or later. So if you want to be a part of a community that wants to support one another on growing out your gray hair and embracing your gray hair one strand at a time, make sure you join our community over on Facebook, Grown Girls Go Gray. Thank you for watching, and make the rest of your life the best of your life. And be sure you work on being better, not younger. And until the next time, take care. Peace.